This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Hold on. Even fight against the fire when the fire is for the purification. I never talk about Captain about too much fire, sizzle about too much fire. Can't cool. Yo, check it out. Fire never burn them now, they know watch out. Seems like them really go stoop down low if them they clean and pure.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Prince Masters, Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
Righteousness, the whole of them come to fight. We see who them love, we see who them like a good corruption, enough of them want the hype. Right, see who them love, we see who them like a righteousness, the whole of them come to fight. We see who them love, we see who them like a good corruption, enough of them want the hype. So, we see enough of them are hypocrites. Them know to themselves say that this stuff are this, but you don't love the arms house and this slackness. So don't mind my practice. You ever wonder?
You got it logged and loaded to the Wednesday, November 5th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty Love and Mary Jane in your company, right up until 6 p.m. But Mr. Producer, I need you to do me a little favor, man. You know, I got to put on my Joker's hat. You know, my comedian's hat right now. We got to start this show over. You pretend like y'all didn't even hear that first 2 minutes, and we can bring it right back from the top. All right? You good with that, Mr. Producer? Because, I mean, I love me some Capleton, right? And I know that's probably your Capleton favorite right there, but you bust off. But I got one Capleton lineup in particular that I want to set it off with today. So, listening audience, pretend you didn't hear this first 30 seconds. We coming at you live right now on what? Talking Heads.
Fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, and the more them try to kill women, and the more we live longer. More them try to win, and the more me get stronger. More them try to fool me, and the more me get wiser. Can't cool, the fire get bigger on the street. And the more them try to stop with, and the more we reach further. More them try to kill me, and the more me live longer. More them try to weak me, and the more me get stronger. Can't cool, the fire get bigger on the street.
Can't never ever cool Talking Heads. The talk show that other talk shows listen to. Your boy Naughty and Mary Jane in your company right up until 6 p.m.
Fun today.
Super producer on the ones and twos. We ready to roll. Purdy will join us at 5 to talk sports. And we got lots to talk about today. Lots and lots and lots to talk about. Before I get to that, though, gotta, keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. And it's all about energy nutrition. All right? Energy nutrition ready to go. NRG. And I can't stop bigging up energy, man. New lease on life with energy, man.
Yeah, we started earlier in the year.
The smoothies off
really
the chain. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like the wide selection from breakfast, lunch, and into dinner that you could get at Energy. And like caused me to enjoy things that I never thought I would enjoy, like spinach.
Because you thought it was like good food necessarily was not going to taste good. But
Correct. Healthy food wasn't going to taste, but it tastes
Right.
real good.
Right.
And, I must say, when I hop on the scales now, I look back and I say, heck, I got that sophomore college body, baby.
I mean, the belly gone.
Gone. Good stuff.
The dad bod.
Yeah, the dad bod. Listen, man, to the point now
Nothing
where...
wrong with a dad bod because that was cute too.
But now I want to flex off and send pics, to the old college buddies. Just how I happen to stand this one. And it's me just, and a wife beater, cutting the hedges in the yard. Notice the definition, you slobberonis.
So wrong.
But I mean, I when you encouraged me to do it, I at first thought, I was like, listen.
Yeah, you can't eat this
Man.
healthy food.
The smoothies, off the chain.
They are good.
The salads, off the chain. And you can get creative with the salads, too. Then you got a wide selection for lunch, a wide selection for dinner. Obviously, you have breakfast and lunch at 2 locations. You have the Cable Beach location, all right? And then, obviously, you have the Palmdale location. And then, obviously, the Old Fort location is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast off the chain with that tuna and grits
that you love.
And the tuna sandwich.
Yes.
And they got some other stuff going on down there, too.
Yeah, they got pancakes, they got waffles.
The fruit bowls, too,
Fruit
though.
bowls,
Off
so
the chain.
good.
So big up to Energy on all levels, all locations, man. And I am a living endorsement of what a healthy lifestyle could be. So yeah, if you wonder why I'm so fit, slim, and trim and in shape, and my wife's smiling, it's her idea to send me the energy.
You've been eating much better. I have to say so.
Now, for more information, you can give them a call, 603-5261, or you can simply log on to www.nrgbahamas.no. Energy stands for Nutrition Ready to Go. Big up to all the Energy crew in all locations, man.
Yes.
And you all will see me in MJ tomorrow, because after this, I
Well,
can
well, let me just say this, because I buy the smoothies, of course. It's not easy to go there every day for like smoothies. So what I do is I buy like maybe 3 or 4 at a time, and then I freeze.
You got one stashed in the freezer?
Yes, I have one more left in the freezer, and I freeze the other ones because they.
One more for you or one more for me?
That's for me. We could share it. So they thaw very well, and then you could have your, I put it in the fridge, and by the next morning, it's thawed
good to go.
perfectly, and yeah, good to go.
Well, you got, I listen. All love is real, and you show me how much you love me in so many ways. But this is one for sure that I actually feel better about doing it.
It's a journey. Yeah.
You know, and then it's much better now going, well, come on, taste this. It's not bad. Like I'm gonna look at baby bites. Come on,
All right.
Open up. Here comes the airplane. Eat your spinach. No, man, like spinach and greens that I never used to think about dabbling in. Mash them right up.
And we still enjoy all sorts of other food because we have so many restaurants that we love.
Correct.
But for that healthy eating that we've been trying to do, much more consciously and regularly for 2025, Energy has definitely been the go-to spot. So big shout out to them.
Big up to Energy for sure. All right, we got lots to talk about today. It's Wednesday, Open Line Wednesday. If you want to chime in and be a talking head and be part of the convo, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free to anyone in the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it. Right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Big part of the conversation, obviously, are your headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. All 2 locations. Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Don't forget, it's November. They always had that big Black Friday sale and sidewalk sale, so listen out. That's coming up. For more information, simply log on to finethreads.com. And don't forget, both locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. All right, big headline in The Guardian today. $1 million declarations. Brown's declaration places him as richest candidate in by-election. Listen.
What did he declare? I mean, it's public.
Brian Brown, F&M Golden Eyes candidate, has declared a net worth of $2.3 million.
Okay.
The highest declaration of the 4 candidates. Brown, 55, declared $23,400 in savings, $600 in current accounts, and $1.7 million in securities. He also listed real estate holdings valued at $780,000, life insurance with a value of $11,000, automobiles worth $25,000, and other personal properties valued at $50,000. Brown, whose occupation was listed as self-employed, declared $235,000 in liabilities and an annual income of $139,000, which included a $45,000 salary, $84,400 in real estate income, and $9,600 in other income. Now, the Progressive Liberal Party PLP candidate Darren Pickstock, an attorney and former senator, let me get to A2 so I can continue and I can break down everybody's declaration, listed 2 different home addresses on separate forms. On one, he noted his address as number 21 Sienna Drive, Highland Terrace, while on the other, he listed his place of residence as Paradise Island. Pickstock's net worth, which he noted was a combined figure including his wife's asset. Hold on. You done going wrong. The golden rule is, if we declaring my assets, then it's my assets.
No, but I think you can include yours because that's looked at as well. So there's nothing, I don't think, improper with
But
him.
what happened to that old saying, what's yours is yours
I know
and
that's
what's
what you were
mine
really
is
drawing
mine.
at. You're like, why are you including that stuff? Because that's her stuff. No, but I mean, I think it's appropriate. As a matter of fact, more should do that.
That's true.
We need to see the spouse
We
as
need to
well.
see.
I mean, come on.
All right, but the combined figure of him and his wife was 1,209. Was 1.209. All right, 1,295,000, or 1.295 million.
Right.
With 100,000 in saving accounts, 50,000 in current accounts, and 200,000 in securities. He declared real estate holdings totaling 1.35 million and 425,000 in total liabilities. He declared an income of 430,000.
That's a combined income with his wife. Is there something off about? I mean, because I'm failing to see what the story is here. Like, is there something off about those declarations? I must admit, okay, if you have, I'm going to, and this is an assumption, and I know what they say about assumptions, that he has more than one property and maybe on one, even though if they're asking you for your home address, you should state your home address. But that's an error that should be corrected quickly. I don't see anything nefarious in that. Is there? I mean, like, what's the there of this story? I'm not.
Well, hold on. Brian
following.
Rowe, the Coalition of Independence candidate, declared a net worth of 602,000.
Okay.
Citing 65,000 in savings accounts, automobiles valued at 25,000, and 500,000 in other personal property. Listing his occupation as a technician, he declared no liabilities and an annual income of 37,000.
Okay.
Karen Butler, an attorney who is running as an independent, 17,000. She listed no money in any savings, current or securities accounts, but noted real estate holdings of 450,000, as well as a life insurance with a cash value of 7,000 and other personal property valued at 20,000. Her liabilities totaled 160,000, and she declared an annual income of 54,500.
Okay, so you don't have those liabilities
But-
without a savings or checking account.
But hold on.
So there's an error
we
there
had a
as
whole
well.
candidate run with no bank account at all in
Right.
West
So
End and Bimini.
okay, so the not having a savings or a checking, that kind of raises flags, particularly since you're listing debt, because it's usually serviced through an account like a checking or a savings. So some errors there for sure, but y'all gotta hit me up and tell me what the story, like, what is the story? Are we
The
not
people wait for their
believing
money.
it? Are we thinking it's too much, too little? Like, what's the story? Because I'm not sure what the drama is. I don't get it. Or is it just that they declared, so we're just saying that they declared, and I guess they're a bunch of millionaires or almost millionaires? What is it? What's the drama?
What's the problem? I mean, everybody's declared. I tip my hat to all four candidates because they declared readily, willingly, and availably. We still got some people who haven't declared who's sitting around in the parliament.
I mean, to me, the declarations seem reasonable for their professions, their
Correct.
age, their stage in life. I don't see anything but I could be missing something. So if I'm missing something, please let us know what's unusual about these declarations, if anything is.
Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. I tried energy in Palm. I guess it's Palm Key.
Palmdale?
Or in Palmdale. All right,
Yeah.
all right. There's a breakdown. But the little text boy, look here.
That's autocorrect, man.
I had a protein smoothie, Blue Ocean. It was really good. I signed up
good.
for the loyalty program. My 11th
Yes.
smoothie would be free. I need to lose 15 pounds by December 10th, so I'll have a smoothie for as a meal replacement. Thanks for this plug.
That is Blue Ocean.
Yep.
That is fantastic. Absolutely delicious. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Try
Dexter.
the Drew Barrymore
Barrymore.
as well,
You
too.
like that
If you
one,
like
yeah.
berry and antioxidants, that's really good as well, too.
And I used to, you know what I used to get a lot too? The Golden Sunrise. I got to say that right because I used to say something else. I was not it at all, but it's Golden Sunrise. That is also very delicious. You can check that one out from Energy as well.
All right, good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. There is one easy solution for murder in Nassau. Depopulate the little island. Develop other islands, and the population would spread thin to other islands. Trust me, it's worth a try. And if it works, you can pay me for the idea. But we got to get a cut for reading the idea on the air, too.
Depopulate.
So you got to pay me an MJ for marketing.
We we do need to encourage more growth in our other islands for sure. It's all hands on deck kind of situation.
Yeah, for real. But we do need to,
Because like people got to be willing to go, to
correct window.
help build up our other islands.
Okay, well, thank you, Texter. I appreciate you chiming in. I now know that you are absolutely correct, MJ. It is official that spouses have to declare as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because
So if I ever decide, to be foolish enough to
It
run,
makes-
you have to, have to
it
let
makes
them know
if you
what
think
worth.
about it, it makes sense, right? Because if you want to get a person's financial picture, right, and they're married, and you say, well, we'll only count things that are in your name. What's the next logical step if you want to evade showing what?
Put everything in your name.
Exactly. So right. And you can do it with family too, but let's be real, you're taking chances the further out you go. I know spouse and your mama, probably safe. Brothers and sisters, might be all right. But after that, it starts to get a little tricky. So usually
You got a crazy cousin or something like that,
you
where you might have a
understand.
problem.
So usually people would just give it to their aunt. So,
All right,
yeah.
let's go to the phone lines. And get to this call. Talking Heads.
Good day, Naughty.
Hey, good afternoon.
And good day, Madam
Good,
MJ.
good afternoon.
How you doing? Naughty,
Okay.
first thing.
What's happening?
What's the reggae song which says, you asked a politician for 2 barber grain to keep the road clean?
To
What'd you say?
I think it's one of Cable Lynn or them song.
But repeat what you said.
Yeah, where he said when the politician come by, he just want 2 barber grain to keep the road clean.
I hear what you're saying.
The machine,
Anyway,
right?
yeah,
But,
I got you, but I know you
but,
like to
other
get in
than
trouble
that,
in the talking class. Let's go. What you got for me today?
Yeah, you're talking, but I'm going to Family Island. That I text us saying and depopulate the island, but I've been working on that for many years, and next week Wednesday, Naughty, you could call me, but Joey won't call me for them candy. My cousin in London by Bahamas Maritime, so he finds one supply of them candy, but he ain't find no red and yellow.
The red and yellow ones.
What do you find? What flavor you
Some
find?
caramel or something. I ain't never even see that. But
Boy, we gotta find them. We gotta find them red and yellow paradise plum candy, boy.
Yeah, he wait for Bahamas Maritime in London. But other than that, right? Here it is. You need to call me because next week Wednesday, sits down, got to show up 9 o'clock. I know what they got to say. They don't know approval, and they think you all might don't want to discuss these things on the line. But we got a date, 9 o'clock Wednesday. Call me. I want to.
All right.
So you're personally, but that.
All right.
Number now, right?
This number again, I have it, but double
Good
check
stuff.
and have it, and then I can touch you Wednesday. I put it in my phone right now to follow up with you for Wednesday, so you don't call and tell me you're on the radio. I can call you.
I can probably have them out until you come and listen. It only should take me but 10 minutes to run them because they ain't got no government approval. What they coming with?
Run them then.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but call me. Yeah, I'm gonna give you my number so you can call me to talk after the show, whatever.
I got you.
Or I could tell MJ because some of them, some Andrews boys, some of them just need the head of the host and the brain of the host to explain things to them because.
Oh, Lord. Stop causing
That must be
trouble.
them new school
All
St.
right,
Andrews
you have
fellas.
a nice,
right,
nice
now.
afternoon.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Obviously,
No.
make sure I call him. Okay,
I will.
please. Talking Heads.
I'm here.
Go
Good,
ahead.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon to both of you. Fine, wonderful people.
How are you?
Well, I like the fact that I don't have to pay too much to actually be a member of Guardian University.
There you go.
But I guess one day you're going to charge me.
I ain't gonna charge you.
Well, at least one thing we have, Naughty, we have people who are declaring something.
That's what I said. I'm impressed that all 4 declared. I'm refreshed. It's refreshing to see it.
Yeah, that's a new one. But I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, you could live without a savings or a checking account. You could still live, eh? I mean,
No,
some people-
you can. I just think it's a little bit like not really practical. I'm trying to figure out like how that works, especially when you have debt that you're servicing. But you don't necessarily need one. I just find it to be a bit unusual. Whenever an adult says, "I don't have a savings account, I don't have a checking account," but it is of course possible. You could, but then even to access that money, it usually goes to
Through an
savings
account.
or checking.
But I don't have to spend the money. I got some girls who could spend the money for me, on me. with
Well,
me.
you sound like you know, but something.
But on-
something else.
girls
I
spend
don't know
money
what you're
on
talking
you,
about.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
that
babe,
sounds interesting.
Relax. I mean, because see, there's
Uh-huh.
I mean, under this Westminster system, you were given a birth certificate at birth, right? And based on this system, you have persons who are trading your name and you don't even know it. Now, when I say your name, I'm talking about your name that you call yourself every day. But according to what I read in the trust account by Attorney Regis, you know those pontiffs guys, you don't realize that everything that you are paying for today has been paid for. That's stupid or smart.
You repeat that last portion for me, Carly. You broke up. One piece of it broke up, and I didn't catch it. Go ahead.
I'm saying that everything that you are paying for today, like you pay your light bill, your water bill, and all those bills, that's paid for already because you have a birth certificate that has been given to you from a system based on a trust system. If you go all the way back to Attorney Regis, you know, that's the Catholic move and whatnot.
Right.
Where you don't even own the name that you call yourself because that has been given to you. You know you have to apply for that, right? Now, there's some African people who I know smarter than us. They don't even go through that nonsense where I have to apply for a name.
But listen, I get the point you're trying to
You're
make. But
you're talking about
we
bank
here,
accounts and
you know, you know. That makes some of those things make sense elsewhere, but right here it's not applicable.
How do you pay your bills?
Talking, so
Let me just ask you this: how do you pay your bills if you don't have a checking account or a savings account? How do you pay those bills? Cash?
You have someone paid for you.
No, but I'm asking, and then you just what? You just live.
Your life with someone taking care of all of your cash for you as a.
Yeah, that I don't think.
That's the way they're doing it in Rome. They are actually using us as proxies.
But my brother, I'm trying to say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But we're not in Rome. We're in the Bahamas.
Yeah, but we live in, a Catholic church is in Rome, in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Well, then Rome is in the Bahamas.
Thank you so much.
Don't be too naughty with me.
No, man, I believe you've been down the dog web today, man. I believe you've been surfing the dog web.
He's on another vibe. Just vibing today. Just vibing.
All right, let's get to the break. We'll get to the first break. Flip side of the break. MJ and I will be back. We'll get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. All right, and we'll pick up some more of the headlines. DPM defends pick stock. Nearly 800 taxi livery plates to be recalled.
Ooh, that's a lot.
All right, so we'll talk about that and more coming up on the flip side of the break. And whatever's got your goat on this Wednesday, whatever you want to talk about, we here to listen and chop it up with you as well, all right? So the Wednesday open line edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
What next? And the more them try to kill me, and the more we live longer. More them try to weak me, and the more me get stronger. More them try to fool me, and the more me get wiser. Yeah, don't go me to hunger. Well, and the more them try to kill me, and the more.
Feeding the crew? Fueling the cravings? There's something for everyone with the new KFC Fill-Up Box. Serving 6 juicy, crispy fries to share and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. Not a crumb's gonna survive when the KFC box hits the table. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. A dynamic group of passionate hospitality professionals craft unforgettable moments and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist. They're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career today and step into a world of exciting possibilities.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. Family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
If you come from the island, you know nothing is more important than family. I am Brian Brown, and the people of Golden Isles are my family. I'm proud to serve my neighbors and friends. I'm asking for your vote to be your next MP. I believe in showing up all the time, not just election time. So on November 24th, vote F&M, because this time around, we are going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, and the more them try to kill women, and the more we live longer. More them try to win, and the more we get stronger. More them try to fool, and the can't cool. The fire get trigger on the street, and the more them try to stop with, and the more we reach further. More them try to kill me, and the more me live longer. More them try to weak, and the more me get stronger. Can't fool, the fire get trigger on the street, and the I try to reach, and I know the youth them see them say go on, but the fire call and jig one teach, and the I try to reach, and I know the youth them see it. We can't free for them, so we must free for speak. And the I try to reach, and I know the youth them see them say go on, but the fire call and jig one teach, and the I try to reach, and I know the youth them see it. We can't free for them. Yo, righteousness listen up at them come reject. Be a corruption, you see say them are accept. Pan them earwaves and them internet. I want them to live life, then I totally mess. Be a fuck with them right, telling and them concept.
We're back at you on Talking Heads on the Wednesday, November 5th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty Long, Mary Jane, and the company right up until 6 p.m. And all I can say is silly season is in full swing.
I just wanted to say, as far as the declarations go, I think we should, what does the Bible say? Gird your loins, because I think some of these declarations coming up are going to, shock and surprise.
Some juicy ones.
Yeah.
But listen.
The juicy ones on the way.
A couple of things have popped up. I'm gonna touch on this like briefly. If you want to expound on it, that's fine. Listen. During silly season, there is all kind of propaganda and paraphernalia. The parties, they yuck down each other's stuff all the time. I don't know where Fred Mitchell going, getting all his knickers in a knot, upset that, Mr. Adrian White stepped on a discarded PLP poster. Last election, I saw a video of a different color T-shirt outside of Mitchell's headquarters, and he got accosted by Mitchell supporters.
I would say
I saw signs ripped down by Mitchell supporters. So the hypocrisy, and this just screams volume that his political shelf life has expired. Time for him to go into that Shady Oaks political retirement home, because you getting your knickers in and not beating up your gums for stuff that you implore and encourage PLP supporters to do. You should really know your role and shut your mouth.
I think...
especially what's going on in Golden House, because didn't they make a complaint about that today?
I think that, I get your point about hypocrisy. I mean, but it's a little by-election. Like, cool yourselves down. The election is coming. I don't want to see this happening on either side, and I hate that both sides, argument. But yeah, I don't think Mr. White should have walked on that. Just step around it. But it really isn't as serious, I don't think, either, as it's being portrayed. So
no, I mean,
don't walk on the people poster. It's not a good look, but it's not a big deal. Like, we got so many other issues to deal with.
And no, Texter, I disagree with you. I understand that the F&M and COI banners was torn down in Golden Isles at the roundabout. They started that foolishness because
Who tore what? Wait,
it wasn't because of Adrian White.
Read that again. It's not clear what you were saying.
I understand that the F&M and COI banners were torn down in Golden Isles at the roundabout. They're starting that foolishness and all this crap because of Adrian White. No, I disagree because I seen many election cycles and I seen without provocation, and we talking about the PLP right now, yuck down banners, but I've also seen F&M do it. I've also seen other independent
like
parties
all of
over
the
the years.
parties are like guilty of
prior to all of this foolishness going on, one of the premier trolls of the PLP arsenal was trying to get a Podcake to defecate on an F&M sign.
I think like this is wasting time. I don't even want to talk about it. There's things I don't care about your posters.
This is some sophomore Rudy.
I don't care about your posters. I care about your plans.
Put your big boy pants on and your big girl skirt on and realize it's an election that people want to hear issues being dealt with and solutions to the issues that face Bahamians every day. While you're living your political ivory tower, we're down here suffering. So come with solutions to end the sufferation. Don't come with, I upset because he stepped on the man, listen here.
Yeah, but also let's not waste time on that kind of thing. Like
it's foolishness.
Just please. So I think we talked about this yesterday. Another headline, TPM defends Pickstock. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper yesterday defended Progressive Liberal Party candidate for the Golden Isles by-election, Darren Pickstock, following his recent comments that the constituency has been neglected. On nomination day, Pickstock pledged to bring progress to Golden Isles that residents have asked for but have not seen. Yeah, and I like the DPM, but I'm not buying that whole he's a neophyte.
No.
He didn't know what he was saying.
Listen, the DPM, Mr. Cooper is all right with me, but anything politically, say if Mr. Cooper want to give me some insurance advice, some investment advice, I can listen wholeheartedly. He come talking to me about a hotel, an airport, or a by-election, no bueno.
Although, speaking of the DPM,
because of the political nature, he's done let me down with some of the things he said. Outside of that, he's smart, dude, who I respect.
Like him to expound on is what is happening in Grand Bahama with Celebration Key. That's another focal point right now because a lot of residents have been complaining, a lot of Grand Bahamians have been complaining that they are not seeing the tourists that come to Grand Bahama leave the little enclave that is Carnival's Celebration Key, and so benefit from having thousands of visitors come to Grand Bahama every week.
It goes back to a very interesting point and a statistic that you brought up on this show that has left me gobsmacked. How did we let 86% of our cruise tourism industry go to the cruise ship industry?
They're the ones they're bringing in about 86%.
And this is the end result. And have a look at this now.
It's going to get worse.
When those multicolored skittle-looking ferries start taking passengers across the harbor from Bay Street right across to Paradise Island,
it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse again. Or worse, like the old people say. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon.
Naughty.
Yes, ma'am.
MJ.
Hey.
Which is worse? Stepping on a discarded, poster and burning the Constitution.
Definitely burning the Constitution. I don't even think it's
correct.
A call with that. I don't think it's a close call.
Not even close. Good stuff, and always good to hear from you, caller.
The Deputy Prime Minister now talks about a plan, figuring out how to, kind of slow what we knew. I mean, we talked about this on this show over a year ago, right? We said that with the proliferation of these private destinations, what you're going to see is more and more of the product siphoned off and I'm not even blaming Carnival, RCL. They are companies that have great negotiators because they're out negotiating our people to get these deals that they get that allow them to do what it is that they're doing. So now we have to think of a plan. Now we want to go back to the table with them. Now from this position, we're going back to the table with them to see what we could do to get more of the tourists to leave their private. They have no incentive to do that. They want to make as much money they have shareholders. Okay?
Correct.
They have a board that he struck a bad deal. Now we're coming from a position of weakness.
Eat the bad deal and run with it because they're not changing the
And
deal.
we're talking about, we want to sit down and talk with them and figure out what we could do. You are now, the horse is long gone and you're trying to close the barn door.
The horse done got stolen. The cow done dead on the side of the road. Wolves eating the cow, and now you want to close the door?
And the thing about it is, you would think that having become the world's #1 country in terms of these private destinations, that we would have learned a thing or two along the way. We haven't.
Caller, I will get to you in a second. Let me just get this text out of the way. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Naughty, you can get charged for that Capleton intro song. Anyway, let him try. And you can get charged for that bad cowboy pick on Monday night. Well, guilty is charged for that. You could come for me on that one.
Pick.
I'll turn myself in on that one. I didn't see that coming.
Pick.
But talk to me after the bye. Quinn and Williams, all right? Yeah, let's talk to me after the bye. Okay? All right. Now back to your text. Naughty, I didn't get to texting yesterday, but I said I was going to let you know about that. But why are you all even giving Fred the time of day? I don't want to sound ageist, but Fred has had his time in the last century and in this one. He needs to stay true to his word if he remembers and not run in this election.
We're not going to even talk about that. That's just a distraction with the posters and stuff. Moving on.
You do know that a PLP garden sign that was from 2021 that was faded out and in...
We're moving on.
Hold on.
You guys.
Just
We
to
know
laugh,
how you
though.
feel about it.
Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. You know that was a PLP garden sign that was from 2021 that was faded and in the bush.
All that time in the bush.
Thank you for your
y'all are so we're moving on.
Thank you for your keen sleuth work right there. You keen detective, you text. I appreciate you going in the bush to identify said poster.
I know, right? Like
Celebration cruises should have been built on a key, not the mainland. Celebration is stifling Grand Bahama.
But it's still, it's not on a key. They let them name it key. I remember there was some. Did we even get them to spell it K-Y?
I don't know.
Or they
Let's
still
get to the
spell
phone
it
line.
K-E-Y?
Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, 1 second. I think it's C-Y.
We'll figure it out.
What's going on, caller?
Everything good, man. Look here, you making a lot of sense. You guys are talking about the tourism ministry, right? Let me tell you what happened, right? What happened.
Now, where you calling me? Where you calling us from, caller? You here in Nassau? Or are you in Grand Bahama?
Oh, Nassau.
I just want to find out where you're calling from for context, so we know what's going on. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah. See, what happened is the government looks at the head count for the cruise ship passengers, right? And they saying, okay, we're getting 10 million tourists, 11 million tourists every year, right?
Right.
I can tell you, I've been in taxi for 7-8 years, right? That's the worst I've ever seen it, right?
Wow.
The people are here, but they ain't spend no money. And what happened is, too, the cruise ship is telling the people, listen, walk at Junkanoo Beach, don't get no taxis, because tourists have told me this, right?
Wow.
I'm telling you. And so I know people be downtown. I have a driver who worked downtown Monday and Sunday. He didn't make $1.
Oh, my gosh.
But caller, let me break it down to you. This has been going on for decades. I'm an original cruise ship brat.
Okay.
So I know when the Emerald Seas was here, and my father was captain on Emerald Seas, there was the same situation going on. The cruise directors on board were directing people where to go as far as to shop and so on. Now it is mushroomed now. It's grown from the cruise directors to the actual companies. Now saying, go here, go there. If you got 10 million come off, 10 million need to spend. If 10 million ain't spending, we're not making the money. That's why we're one of the lowest spends in the region.
But worse, it must be their private keys.
Correct.
They're even more incentivized to do it.
And caller, I'll be honest with you, I think it's an absolute travesty that they're eliminating the cab drivers from taking persons from the port downtown over to Paradise Island to that RCL development. They got ferries that look like Skittles going across the harbor, cutting you all out of business.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Be another disaster.
The writers on the wall, right? Let me show you about this. We have partners come downtown and go to the fish fry. That's like 1 mile from Bay Street, right?
Right.
They're walking the fish fry.
What?
To eat lunch and walking back.
That is unreal.
That's crazy.
But since we have you on the line, tell us what's happening with the taxi plates.
I was just about to ask
about what's happening, because we understand that some plates are going to be recalled.
800 plates to be recalled?
What's happening in your industry?
Well, the thing is, I think what happened is a lot of people, some people may have died.
Okay.
But the thing is, a lot of people now, they see the writing on the wall.
Oh.
You can't make no money.
Wow. That's
so
scary.
drive.
Right now.
So hold on a second. Sorry to cut you.
No, go.
Call up. Be honest with me now, because I've been in the hospitality industry early on in my career. I always knew that one thing that people wanted to get into was the transportation business, whether it was be on a large scale,
Right.
like Majestic Tours or Leisure or Bowtie back in the day, or young Bahamian men for the majority that would look at that as a form of income. Some I know that would work bellman in the hotel, and when their shift was over, they would drive cab.
Right.
And plenty of people used it as an opportunity to make money. And the cab industry was thriving, tied into our tourism industry. And I know plenty of kids that I grew up with that went to good schools and went off to college, and their parents were cab drivers.
Listen, Naughty, let me show you about this, right? I'm a former manager, right? I told my wife I'm considering going back in government or going back in management because you can show out of this. You see by the cool sport where the guys going back to get jobs for the cool sport, right?
Correct. Right.
It is so bad. My friend told me the other day he went down at 10:30 p.m. and couldn't find parking.
So you mean the night before, dudes going out from 8, 9 o'clock to line up for the next morning to catch an early fare?
Wow. And couldn't even get in the lot. That's how bad it is.
Oh, wow.
And you know what really pains me to know? If you know anything about the history of the country, the stance that cab drivers took decades back to get us where we need to be. And I think it's a crying shame that in 2025, an industry that was so vibrant and flourishing for the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and early 2000s is now pretty much basically looking at being defunct.
Listen to me. I went to work yesterday after 9, like 9:30, 9:40, right? It took me 40 minutes to find parking. I drove around for 40 minutes just to try to find parking.
Wow.
That is
that's crazy.
That means no cars moving.
Yeah.
And then you have other people parking taxi spots, right? Some of them don't know because if you walk downtown, the spots are not marked properly.
Oh, boy.
And then I've seen some videos circulating around too where, certain entities are allowed to get fares and other entities got to stand across the street and hustle a fare. And when they hustle a fare, they're kind of moved along by officials. They need to stop that as well too.
I don't work in the back, but a cool sport and outside because of the energy. I like the energy with the police and the other drivers.
There you go.
So I prefer to work on Bay Street. The energy for me is a little clearer. That's why I don't work in the back, but a cool sport.
Well, all I can tell all of y'all in the cab industry, all right? You all unite and stand firm on this. And when they come knocking on your doors talking about this, that, and other, and the booger ray, you remind them of what you go through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks
And always you got a platform.
Anytime.
Call whenever.
What's happening in your
As a matter of
industry.
fact, you are official taxi man. Any issues come up with the taxis, you are our official Talking Heads taxi correspondent.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Thank you
Thanks so much, man.
Have a good one.
All right, let's get to this last call, and we got to get to the break. Talking Heads.
All right.
Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty.
Hey.
Good afternoon to you and MG.
Good afternoon.
Hey, this Cleaver?
Yes, sir.
Cleaver, hold on. Let's do the news, and then you can join us right after the news. That's cool?
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Make sure, Mr. Producer, get Cleaver lined up right after the news. We're going to hit the news, flip side of the news, we're going over, and we'll talk sports as well. Keep it right where you got it. The Wednesday, November 5th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
We can't free freedom. Yo, righteousness missing up and them come reject. Be a corruption, you say them a accept. Pan them earwaves and them internet. And what them tell live vibes, then a totally mess. Be a fuck with them rightly and them concept.
Don't wait for a storm to arrive. Stock up on hurricane supplies, make home repairs, purchase a generator, and more this hurricane season with a Fidelity personal loan. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Some people come and go. Others work for you every single day, whether through free classes for students or programs for the elderly. We've been building Golden Isles for years, while others waited for their time to shine. I'm Brian Brown, and I know it is something you earned. On November 24th, vote FNM, because this time around, we're going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
What happens when your faves team up? You get an original Asiago Bacon Club. Enjoy the iconic taste of KFC's 11 herbs and spices with a bite into KFC's original recipe chicken filet layered with crisp lettuce, tomato, bacon, our signature ranch, all on a golden brioche bun. KFC's original Asiago Bacon Club is made fresh, made right, available only at KFC. It's finger licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Dr. Rastafari, fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, and the more them type of children, and the more we live longer.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Prince Masters, Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
We're back at you on the Wednesday, November 5th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty Love and Mary Jane and your company right up until 6 p.m. Pearl, you'll be joining us in short order. We are going over a little bit from our 4 o'clock conversation. We will be talking sports in this hour as well because we got lots to talk about. But right now, let's get right to the phone lines. I appreciate Cleaver hanging in and his patience. What's going on, Cleaver?
Yeah, good afternoon again, Naughty.
No problem.
Well, Naughty, that's I'm going to say condolences again to the officer who lost his life last night.
Correct.
And another brutal act of nonsensical violence. I wasn't there, so I don't know the details surrounding it. The only thing I know is that another person who would have lost his life, and perhaps the perpetrator, they both look like me. Only black people killing up one another. And that's reason for concern. You know, because if it was just everybody killing up one another, then I would say we had a problem. But when it's just black on black killing, it calls for us to recalibrate, because it ties it into what I'm going to talk about, the tourism sector. You know, you should be striving, based on our population size, to be the safest on planet Earth. But for whatever reason, he left not to do it, and this blood continues to rise as high towards the horse's blood. It's just sad. Now, in our tourism sector, what a lot of people have to understand, Naughty, the bulk of our tourists come from there, the cruise ships, right?
Majority now, yes.
Doesn't most of their food is all inclusive?
A lot of, they buy packages for a lot of things.
Correct.
Drinks
correct.
as well. They sell drink packages as well.
So you see where I'm going?
I see where you're going with it.
So if, me personally, when I take a vacation, all I want to do is I sample the food, you know.
Yeah.
But you go to fish fry, you go to these places, beef prices out of whack.
But Cleaver, let me just put something out there. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to Bahamian business owners in the hospitality industry for our Ministry of Tourism to say, all right, look, the majority of your guests go to your private key, so on and so forth. We know that these guests have meal plans on board. We need you to extend the meal plans to these 5 or 6 restaurants in this area, 5 or 6 bars in this area, so that could actually work at these locations. And that would show me that you want to help me with my tourism product by ensuring that some of these guests contribute to the bottom line. We're the lowest spend in the region, Cleaver. I mean, it's horrible.
But that is true, Naughty. But then the thing is, these politicians won't play childish games with us. You know, they counting heads.
Well, allegedly, I've heard a couple of free crews and couple of wine and dine, and they forget all about Bahamians.
You know, Naughty. If I didn't have a greedy landlord, I would have still been in the business. You know, when I opened up Bahama Rock Cafe a few years ago.
Okay.
You know what I did? I looked at making sure that nothing on my menu be more than $10, including lobster. Including grouper, and I'm talking authentic stuff. Yeah.
Right.
But I couldn't get the cooperation from the taxi drivers. You know, they prefer to carry the people to eat inferior food because they were getting $2 a head. It makes no sense, you know. And we ended up becoming number 55 on TripAdvisor, and we were growing. But the concept is, when you go to the fish fry, you go to these different places. If you want a grouper, they're going to cost you about $60. The tourist isn't going to purchase that.
Correct.
Because they're going to eat all-inclusive. So what do? You drop your price. Give people a sample of what we of the Bahamian experience, and I guarantee you, everyone will go home with some sort of money in their wallet. But we don't want to do it.
Well, you know, Cleaver,
that sample size sounds really good.
I'm entrepreneurial.
Like
the sample size and
sounds like a good idea.
And your history in the culinary field, you know, and me and MJ with marketing. Why don't let's do a lunch truck and put that restaurant in the lunch truck park right outside, the port entrance, and hook them right up, catch them right there when they come off. Can't be no more authentic than that.
Sampler sounds great.
I was doing conch salad, Marty. I was doing conch salad, but they sell for $20 now. I was doing conch salad for $8.
Man, sound like me and you got to sit down and talk some business, man, because you know, I got the market and I got the big mouth, and I ain't scared of them.
You know, all you want to do is give the tourists a thing, and then they have this thing, Naughty, that, the tourists don't know the difference. You know, look, and they give you substandard food. No matter where you travel in the world, Naughty. No matter where you travel in the world, Naughty.
You got to eat. You got to find the food.
I know good food from bad food, but they believe that once the tourists never tasted, they would know the difference. But who don't know bad tasting food?
But Cleveland, let me give you a good example. When I first started doing comedy, and MJ, I'll tell you this, on some of the early road gigs we'd go, and we were in Kentucky, and Paducah, and Prestonsburg, and Virginia, and all over. And you know what the veteran comics told me? Say, hey, Naughty, you all right with us, but I can tell you this in front of MJ. Wherever you all go to eat, look around. If you see police, bikers, truckers, and all of that outside that restaurant, go there. They can give you plenty good food for a great price. And you go there and you eat like the natives do or the locals do, you will be fine. You go to them swanky places where they push in and it's be garbage.
And not only the pricing is so high. If you go down to these tourist eateries, they look like a shanty town, not knocking any particular one. You ever look at Junkanoo Beach? You ever look at fish fry from the night, just from the road driving and looking over there? You
want me to be honest with you? When I look at Junkanoo Beach, Cleaver, I have to look back. I'm scared I can catch hepatitis just from looking at it.
So you trying to tell me now the Minister of Tourism can't see what we see?
I'm sure he does.
They got their blinders on, Cleaver.
I've heard him say that they're trying to do something with, particularly
they're going to clean the country up.
Yeah.
Be giving these tourists, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. But Chester Cooper but he too busy doctoring the numbers, because we know when you check the cruise ship industry standard, because I did this research when I was getting into the restaurant business, only 34% ever leave the ship. In the Bahamas, it was like 19%.
Correct.
I understand that it should be,
but even if they leave the
70% now,
and they're not spending, it's still a loss.
Well, it's more now because they have private destinations to go to, because they're going to their private destinations.
Correct.
That's why it's
higher. But it ties
now.
back to we on the meal plan, so we just can take our room key and go right over to the private place and use the free transportation in the ferries that look like Skittles, and be good to go.
Thank you so much, Cleaver. Thank you. We always appreciate your contribution.
As far as the young men go too, I will continue to raise concerns on the radio. We've lost a whole generation to senseless violence. I agree with you. And we need to work on conflict resolution, and we need to find other avenues to get these young fellas involved in something productive and get them away from that gang culture long before they could get there, whether it's sports, whether it's a trade, whether it's farming, something. And we got to continue to have folks like you call in and agitate, and don't let it go to the third and fourth page on the dailies. Keep it front line and keep it front news.
So we're going to look at this by the numbers, but we have another caller. Let's get
this call out the way. Talking Heads.
Yes, good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, C. Allen?
Hey, C. Allen.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll just give you a touch of the tourism data, right? Yeah, on Grand Bahama is a perfect example, because it's much more clearer of what is happening to the total Bahamas by virtue of volume. That is, let's use an example, right? Grand Bahama used to have, let's put it at 1 million people a year. And then you have the tourism that says that the volume will go up to 6 million a year, or up to 12 million a year on Grand Bahama alone. But at the same time, your business loses 90% of your customers. Just want you to imagine, you used to have 1 million people, and you were, say, making $1 million. So, and you're only making $100,000.
Yeah, because they're captured. We understand what's happening. Right. I just don't understand why our policymakers aren't doing something about it. They've known about this problem, and it's a growing problem for a while now.
Well, they have observed, because early on in the conversation, when they talked about places like TCI, right, and their damage and what has happened in the Dominican Republic and other places, the difference what TCI did was TCI made a decision to be ruthlessly consistent about targeting high-spend stopover gas,
right,
and building exactly what they wanted. Where we went the direction of demanding that trinkets and small subs...
quantity. We went for quantity, yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so when you look at the numbers, if you take 11 million tourists at the spend that we're currently doing, it's the same as 450,000 stopover visitors. So the question is, why did we grow from, say, 6 million to 11 million when we could have simply focused on 500,000 stopover visitors and had the same impact? But what happens is there's some models where it's called as a service and as a subscription. Those models now are integrating themselves into things like hospitality, tourism, travel, and whatever. And these are models that have been growing rapidly over the last 20 years, and we have doubled down on the model that we have.
The real crazy part is that high spend tourists that I guess we would have targeted before, the cruise lines are not targeting that. These cruise lines are targeting them, bringing them in mass numbers, but still targeting the high spend. Because I had the RCL share call recently that happened in July. And they're going to do some big things. If you've been watching their share price, it's been performing fantastic. They're going to be offering cabanas, cabanas for $10,000 a day. Yeah. I don't know how many hotel rooms. I think maybe only the Reef has rooms that go for about $10,000 a night, but they're going to be selling cabanas, and the pre-sales have been fantastic from what I understand. Right, $10,000 a day. So there is that high spend customer, but once again, they're not coming directly to us. No. They're passing through us.
But just an ending, let me say this. You're absolutely correct, and that's where they have now decided that when you see the ship, you see where they're modifying the ships, where the big docks is coming here in Grand Bahama.
Right.
You will see their ships begin to modify. There's a concept called Beyond the Cruise. It was discussed here in the Bahamas about 8 years ago by Aaron Kinkinos, as well as myself and others. And so these cruise ships have now realized that, you know how where we're supposed to go after the stopover visitors?
Yeah.
They are providing their services and retrofitting to fit those $50 worth of data. We have it,
No, I
for
know.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to look at it. And what we need to do, just recognize the model we have is dead, and we have to reboot.
It is dead.
Yesterday.
Thank you so much,
stuff,
Alan. The
lines
are full. Thank you. Talking Heads.
Hey.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, bro?
Right there, Ma, listen. What do you mean, Clever? What he's saying is the truth. Hey, we have all the groupers was in the Bahamian waters.
Yeah.
And I see no reason why Bahamians got to be paying those $60 for one plate of grouper. We even don't get grouper in the local restaurants around here no more.
That's true.
That's true.
You always have to ask.
Now I wonder, is it because they're going cheap?
Tilapia and thing, and that shouldn't be.
My question, God, is this. Why are we getting tilapia and swai and all kind of stuff?
All kind of.
Is it because maybe our waters are being poached out by Dominican fishermen?
No, man.
Who officials turn a blind eye to over here?
I know. That's been going on for years. You go to a local restaurant, you can't say you want a fish dinner and get grouper.
No, sir. I mean, you could get it if you pay for it, but I mean...
But no, I talking about a restaurant over the hill or somewhere. You go there, they got grouper, but you know it ain't no grouper. Even if it's hogfish, it's better.
Not watch it now. Watch how you talk about hogfish. Hogfish to me is better than grouper. Don't push it now.
Yes, I agree with you with that.
Okay, my brother. Okay.
I taste hogfish, and I love
hog snapper is the best to me. But when MJ just do hog snapper cutlets, my God.
Turn me off. Somebody say sometime 1 or 2 to slip,
No, man. They ain't like Barracuda. But I got your point, though. Back in the day, you probably could have gone to a restaurant, like you say, over the hill, pull up and say, give me a group of fingers dinner with with peas and rice, coleslaw, macaroni, and you probably pay $12, $15 for that and be happy because you got a big plate of food. You could eat some now and finish the rest later.
We gotta get that back.
We gotta try.
I ain't gonna call no name, but I went to a restaurant last night and I was highly upset. I said, look at the chimney I'm serving there. Yeah, what's this chimney?
Thank you so much, caller.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bro. Talking Heads.
Yeah, bless him, Naughty and MJ.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
Yeah, I enjoyed Seattle and Cleveland, everybody, I'm the gentleman, but Cleveland highlighted the problem that I've been saying for a while. You know, the place is really filthy, like when you ride around and look at the aesthetics.
It's horrible.
It's pathetic. I mean, you know, I'm 61, so I know Paradise Island when Paradise Island was paradise.
Correct.
So we're being inundated with concrete buildings, and we wonder why people don't know the king. You playing this Cableton, right? I guess I can send you one of some music I think good for your meditation, Naughty.
All right, man.
To be honest with you, some of them are instrumentals with no singing, just pure but
keyword meditation. I like it. I feel you.
Yeah. So in short, what you and MJ and Seattle are saying that they're using numerology as a part of the psychology.
Correct.
That's a good way to put it.
In short, so but I knew this intuitively because the numbers don't add up. Even a dummy in math will know that it doesn't add up. It's just really a farce. You always call numbers, right? But Cleaver highlighted the problem really about the aesthetic. There's just the environment in general. The lack of green spaces. I mean, we see where they're trying, but you know, Goodman's Bay and other areas that used to be, you know, they look in much better conditions, and you see the deterioration of the fish fry.
Look at that, right?
Dude, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Like my age, but I wanted to just comment, Naughty, on all the big hoop hooray rah about the police officer and the incident, right? But the officer is never off duty. So I have a problem with the police shooting someone or pulling his gun on somebody who stabbed someone who died.
No.
So what I'm saying is the video will show the scenarios unless the guy who stabbed the guy was doing self-defense, which I highly believe. I won't believe. So what reason if you're in a fight and the police officer tell you to freeze, I just don't get it. I mean, if I'm committing a crime and the police...
I looked at the video, 52.
I try to get away, I can have a problem if he shoot me. Sometimes, see, I may call and embarrass the police, but I don't really see what the problem is with this police officer. This police officer did his job. If you shoot someone and leave in a crime scene and the police shoot you, you have a problem with that?
You wouldn't think so.
Stopping someone, the prison officer died, right?
Correct.
Condolences, right?
Sad
died.
stuff.
So the prison officer, but I mean, he was stopped. Whatever the situation was, the police.
But he let us. I was informed he let us succumb to his injury.
Several
so I thought some prayers.
He died. He was stopped. He succumbed.
Sad stuff. Condolences.
The police officer did his job. What's the point? What they can't do nothing. Now, these are the things that I don't have a concern about. My concern about all the darkness. It is happening out there. But when they said Blue Road, I just knew where it was because on my way sometimes to my friend a restaurant downtown, I just see all the crowd, the people, them young people. I don't party no more because it don't even make no sense.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man, as always. Let's get to the other call. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, me and you right now, me and you can't talk football. All we could do is sit down and say, my chief brother, my cowboy brother, let's smoke the peace pipe and drink a cold brewski and lament over our woes. At least you still have your Georgia Bulldogs.
Listen, and the game was good on the weekend. I was there, so. But no, I mean, listen. Let's talk fair. Couple of things. One, all right. You asked why is it that you can't get grouper? You can't get grouper. Grouper is artificially inflated in price because the people who bring food into this country make so much money by bringing in the other stuff that we don't have in our waters, bringing in that swahi and tilapia and all that crap.
Uh-huh.
All right. And so what they do is they squeeze out the local fishermen out of the market. So the local fisherman never gets that mass sale, right?
Yeah, I got you.
And so that what he has to do.
Yeah.
He has to put his price
to
up.
raise his price.
Paying gas to go there.
Oh wow.
Right? They force this inflation, and so it's not that I always say this, Naughty. It's not that the system is dysfunctional. It's operating exactly like they design it.
Yeah.
Right. If you give the country independence, but you keep three things in the pockets of certain people: property, import and export ability, all right, and who controls the actual banks. Those three things, we have no real input into those three things, all right. And so they've jacked our pricing up. They did it with property when Ingram changed and repeal the Immovable Properties Act. They did it with banking when these guys went back and scared and changed everything. Cayman didn't change, Bermuda didn't change, Switzerland didn't change, but we changed everything. And now all our money that we could be getting is sitting in Cayman. All right? I mean, these are the things that happen. And
tell me something, because you're a talking head, and I know that you've thought about this a while. What is the solution? We're talking about the fish now, the grouper that's artificially inflated, you say, because they allow the market to be flooded with all these different kinds of fish that find their ways to the restaurants. What is the solution to this particular problem?
The solution to this, Mary, MJ, is the same as it is to everything else. We need to stop changing the players, and we have to change the system. If we change the system where the leaders make laws, all of these things are allowed to happen because our laws allow them to happen, and they'll sit in Parliament like they did today and talk about changing this banking information and everything else. None of that affects me, you, or anybody, and we middle class, so you know it don't affect the real hard-working, mouth-to-mouth, month-to-month person out there. Okay? If we change the leaders, okay, that's one thing. But you can't change the leaders and put them in the same system. Get rid of this elected king every 5 years. You elect your prime minister and your deputy prime minister every 4 years. And you say that none of them can sit in parliament. You elect your parliament every 2 years. What that does is it puts your MP on a short leash that he understands that he has to answer to you more than he got to answer to his prime minister, because he can't get in the prime minister cabinet anyway. Okay? And you give the push strings to them. And what that does is it keeps people accountable. And it means that I can fire my lousy MP, but keep a prime minister I want. Or when I'm ready to fire the prime minister, I can say, look, let me fire him and keep a good MP. But right now we have one choice. Every 5 years, we want to fire the prime minister. So what we do? We go 36-4, 38-5, whatever it is. Every 5 years,
recently,
like a Kansas City Chiefs score.
So dropkick the Westminster system. Then that's what you're saying.
We have to.
All right.
The only people who want to keep it is the ones who benefiting from it.
Hey, Doc.
Thank you so much.
On a side
Doc.
note, we got a couple other calls, but the 10th, Monday, is Bahamas Pharmacists Association National Media Day, correct?
Yeah, it is. It is.
4:30 to 5 p.m. We'll see you right here on Talking Heads, okay?
Appreciate it, my brother.
No problem.
Thanks so much,
Let's
Doc.
see you then. All right, bro.
Talking
Let's
Heads.
get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Hey, what's going on, Nadi?
Hey, what's going on, Gardner?
Right here, man. Hey, Nadi, what they saying, right? All these people who western for visa from Trump, they need from Trump. I expect that cleaver wide, right? Let me show you now, right? The cost of living in the Bahamas is because of the tariffs, all right? And the neo-colonialism and the neoliberalism don't want us to be self-sufficient in our food. They want us to import everything, the food we eat, the fishes, everything from the United States. All right, that's the system that oppress us, bro. You understand me? Our economic system alone, our taxation, that's because of that neo-colonialism, bro. We are colony, bro. You understand?
Gardner, listen.
We understand.
I understand your passion.
Where
I
you're coming
understand
from.
your point and where you're coming from. And yes, I agree with you. We should produce our own food, or the majority of which.
We should.
And what we do import should be beneficial to us. It shouldn't be on the box saying for export only, because that's a red flag.
We're talking about Mandani. Mandani won an election in the biggest city in the world. You understand me? And he called himself a democratic
Socialist. He calls
socialist.
himself a democratic socialist. He does.
Right. And you know, and when Trump talking about the couple of $1 billion he gets from Trump, the federal government, the dollars he gets, man, Mandani, he in charge of millions, billions, multi-billions.
So yeah, he's talking.
That peanuts what he get from the federal government.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We got your point.
We got your point,
He's
Gardner.
talking
Good
about,
stuff.
Thank you so much. He's talking about New York. A new mayor was elected last night in New York
Correct.
City. His name is Zoran Mamdani.
Mamdani.
And he
did it.
a Democratic
basically thumbed his
socialist.
nose to
He's
Trumpy
a
boy.
Muslim, so he's ticking off a lot of boxes that tick off a lot of people, certain people, particularly, I guess MAGA.
I
So
hear
it's gonna be
his
interesting to
theme-
watch.
I hear his theme music when he came out last night was Salam Alaikum Malama Malama Hamala.
So we were talking about the numbers.
Get Punjabi MC lined up for me, please, Mr. Producer.
Stop it. So we were talking about the numbers, and this is something that I have heard Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper talk about a lot in the past. Even I think I want to say even before the last election when they came to power, he talked about how the cruise lines have, consistently increased the number of visitors that they bring to the country. But they're kind of captured, particularly with these private destinations. So back in 2021, when this administration came in, we hovered around 79%. By 2022, we were firmly at 79%. 2023, 82.2%. So it's climbing the number of tourists, and they call them their guests, They call them their guests.
They belong
we
to
used
them.
to just call them, tourists, but that's their guests. And last year it was up to 84.9%. And with the proliferation of these private destinations, it's only going to continue to get worse. As I said, not only do they have the large numbers, not only do they have these all-inclusive plans, not only do they have, not only are these trips for some lines, like let's be real, Carnival, cheap. So you get a lot of people that run that line. RCL, which is a little bit more prestigious, is going to have things like, why are you laughing?
Because somebody made a joke the other day. If a World Star Hip Hop video was a cruise, it'd be Carnival.
Well, okay, yeah. So they have different price points even within that industry, right? When you look at Royal Caribbean and what they're doing here, right? They're going to have $10,000 family cabanas. Are we understanding what's happening? And they are very excited. They
and
have
you spend it on a cabana, and we don't see
so
one
many of
penny
them.
of that 10,000 to our bottom line.
They have
We don't.
sold so many of them in advance. They're very excited about this. So that whole kind of niche product of the higher spend tourists, they're capturing them now as well. Competition. If I could get a cabana and basically be like I have a hotel room on the beach, all day, and then I get to go to different ports, why would I go to an Atlantis? Why would I go to a Bahama? You know what I mean? So they're competing with us on so many different levels. They're not incentivized to send their people out of there because they have
Beach Street.
They have
They got the
shareholders.
monopoly.
They have a board of directors. They have people that they answer to, and they are cutting the best deals for their people. Where are our people cutting the best deals for us, for this country? It's like you have a big shop. Right? Imagine you have a big shop, and then you allow someone to come and open a shop within your shop, and they say, "Oh, don't worry, we could bring a bunch of people to your shop." And then the minute they walk through the front door of your shop, right, they walk right into their section of the store. And that's where they stay, and then they walk out. So they never really visit your store. You allowed someone else to put a big shop within your shop, and now you wonder why you're getting like the least amount of money. We have to do better.
Text line's blowing up. Let me get to them. Great points. Naughty and MJ, were the declarations verified by a reputable accounting firm?
That is an excellent. That's why people are.
And who are checking to see if those declarations are accurate.
Thank you very much. I was wondering why everybody's like, check the declaration. Okay, so you guys are saying that you're not convinced that some of these declarations are accurate. I have no idea, but that is a great idea. These should be audited. These should be audited declarations. I agree.
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. Point blank, the cruise ships don't care. And when the U.S. shutdown comes, it's going to be a huge problem.
Well, they're in a shutdown right now. It's been dragging on. I think has it passed? The last one, the longest one ever was during the last Trump administration. This one, I think, has either tied it or is about to pass it. It's long, but they say there may be some movement. So maybe they'll reopen the government soon. In any event, the cruise lines are not obligated to worry about the wheel with y'all. They are obligated to concern themselves with their shareholders, with their bottom line. They don't have any reason. I mean, they do some things to show that, they want to have a good relationship. They do with this country.
And,
but we need negotiators that are not going to allow, how many do we have? 8, 9, 10 of these things to open up and then say, oh, geez, wow, look at that. No one is going to the Bahamian stores. No one is visiting the Bahamian restaurants. I wonder what we could do about that. Gosh, golly gee, who could have seen this coming? They're under no obligation to worry about our stores.
And here's the deal.
And they don't.
Checked it in. Naughty, don't forget, some influential Bahamians benefit off the cruise ships, not all. And I agree. And if you do your research and you do your connecting of the dots, you will see how a handful of Bahamians, to the detriment of the country, make a great deal off of this industry, but other Bahamians don't.
They do provide jobs, but I'm tired of that being an excuse, because you provide jobs, yes, thank you, but how many jobs are you destroying when you capture the majority of our tourism product and the money doesn't trickle down properly the way that it's supposed to? Let me just give you guys an idea. There's Disney, right? So they have Castaway Cay, they have Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Norwegian, they have Great Stirrup Cay. MSC Cruises, they have Ocean Cay, MSC Marine Reserve. Carnival has Half Moon Cay, Princess Keys, Celebration Cay, and I knew we lost the battle of the negotiations because we didn't even force them to spell Key, C-A-Y.
Yeah,
you're in the Bahamas. You let them spell Key, K-E-Y. Really?
They must have found it, my boy Chris. Shout out to my boy Chris Key.
That week, we can't even enforce our language here. If you're going to call a destination a certain thing a key, make them spell it the way we spell key.
Do you know where we're heading with this, MJ, in the long run? In the future, where this is like non-negotiable, like look, we're not winning off this, we're not making any money. We're gonna have to enforce what is it? Thingam domain.
I think we have
eminent domain, because at some point Bahamians need to get back into business.
We're not gonna get.
Let me give you an example though. Apple Island. I just got videos. My God. How many pig operations you all want jam on Athol Island? 6 pig operations now.
6 pig operations on Athol Island? That is
so
ridiculous.
Who you got? You got Porky the pig, Pepper the pig, and who else?
The 3 little pigs.
The 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. What's going on?
That's crazy.
And I got video, so I don't want to hear nobody talking foolishness. That
6 operations.
On one island. It is and why do Bahamians do this? They see me and you set up a hot dog stand right here outside the Guardian. We making money. Somebody could turn right round and set up a hot dog stand by Barabbas on the top of the hill and talk, but they selling hot dogs for $1 less than it. Why do we do it?
It's too much.
And now the question is, Naughty, please do your due diligence. Not all 6 are Bahamian owned and operated. So now we got to start looking and seeing.
Once again, at the end of the day, that is a tourism product. So who is it that's not?
And as far as the taxi plate goes, it is a straight bungle by Minister Joe Beth Kobe Davis. Too many plates were issued, and now this is a way to try to do damage control and reel in 800
That's
plates.
What the taxer says.
Correct.
Let me finish RCL. So they have Perfect Day at Coco Cay. They have this new thing they're opening. We know that something's happening with Xanadu. We know that the hotel may be sold in Freeport, and that's going to be like a big glorified cruise port, which will be good. But I mean, I say all of that to say that you have all of these private destinations. You have all these little stores in your big store, and you wonder why nobody's coming to your cash register.
Let's get this call in, and I'll get the text before we get to the break. Talking Heads.
Yes, good evening, MJ.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I like the discussion, but guess what? I was one of the first callers to Guardian Radio when this debate started. This even before RCI was even got hold of that property.
Right.
Even before they got hold of it. So I was ahead of everything. I could have saw what was happening.
Yeah.
Then Glennis Anna Martin, Honorable Glennis Anna Martin, got involved, and then all of a sudden she had to shut up because she was a part of the cabinet. The cabinet said, look, you better shut up because this is what we signed off on. And there goes the problem. Persons with who is not in Parliament can see what the outcome is likely to be far beyond before it even develops. But our politician has no idea what's going on. Man, listen,
No, they know.
Give me a break. I've been on this from day one. I was one of the first callers on radio.
No, you have. I remember you calling this show and agitating.
Was a bad idea.
That's a terrible where it is now for sure.
At this stage of the game,
unregulated like it
you
is.
could definitely say, I told you so. Good stuff, caller, man. Let me get to these text lines.
Thank you, caller.
Naughty, I'm so glad you and Cleaver advocate like me for the protection of young men. You both are certainly role models for us young people. Kudos.
Good stuff.
Pass it forward, though, young blood. Make sure you look out for young men, too, and make sure, teach them about conflict resolution, the dangers in society, or all that are out there.
That's like a carry on of what Uncle was saying about how the man got to stand up and, don't be mealy-mouthed, stand up and speak. And I loved Uncle's show today. That was
awesome show. I always love listening to Uncle's show before
that
our
message
show.
is so good
Yeah,
and so
definitely.
timely, I think, yeah.
Naughty and MJ, we don't need to fire the PM. We need to recall our MPs. Here's another one. Naughty and MJ, I'm sorry, but socialism doesn't work anywhere in the world.
New York is going to be so... We're going to be watching. I'm going to be watching.
Just a long one
It's
here.
gonna be interesting.
The economic in the mind of Bahamians. The new economic system exists regardless of the type of governance because it is independent of the governance. The problem is we don't talk about development using the new system because we have leadership and talking heads steep in indoctrination of the old. Talking about ways to ease the pain of sitting on a nail, but never the system that now requires standing.
Enlighten us, please, Texter. That
Hit us back.
was nice and esoteric, but we need like solutions. We need plain language solutions. So please enlighten
That was
us.
nice. Esoteric?
Very
I was thinking verbose, but that's okay.
Thank you, Texter.
Hi, Naughty and MJ. Did you see the Mandami's entire transition team is 100,
I didn't see it.
100% of brilliant, accomplished women?
I haven't seen it. I've just.
So you saying the man got a harem is what he's saying?
It's just you know what?
I was playing off the fact that you said he was from the Middle East.
No, he's not from the Middle East. He's I think he was born in Africa. I can't remember which country.
Oh, okay, my bad. I apologize. Bad joke.
And his parents, I think their heritage is Indian. I do believe. I'll look it up. I'll look up.
Okay, but
look
no,
it up. But yeah, he's
but let me just touch on that point, Dexter.
Quite something.
I
Mississippi Masala. You remember that movie back in the day?
Wow, with Denzel.
His mom was the director on that one. I think she was one of the main.
But that was a
writers as
great
well.
movie.
It was a great movie.
Denzel was strong in that movie.
That's his mom who wrote that, and I think she directed that as well. So
Naughty and MJ, dad or heads in beds. It is the same as no heads at all. Good afternoon. The major problem is the idea of money will trickle down. It never trickles down.
yeah.
Here we go again. Good day, Naughty and MJ. What went wrong with the golden yoke, golden joke, and the money is in the bank? And Junkanoo, that's straight yet? Who is the real Valley Boys? And toxins will destroy them anyhow.
We talk about being able to feed ourselves, importing less. We need programs
All
like
right.
the Golden Yoke to succeed.
MJ, he was born in Uganda,
Thank you very
according
much.
to the
See,
texter.
it's so fast. I
You got-
love it so much. We have such smart
All right,
texter.
caller, you could hold, and we'll get to you after the break, or you want to take it now, Mr. Producer, and then come back.
Hold.
Hold for the break,
Thank
and
you.
we'll hit the break. Flip side of the break, we'll get the call, and then we got to talk some sports. And I just want to say
Gotta
this
make your
before we
picks.
go in.
Yes.
I love you. No matter how bad the Lakers kick the Spurs' butt tonight, I still love you. Even if the Lakers win, I will go sleep on the sofa anyway because I love you. Just spare me oh my God, we got another trio. And do you know that we had the best trio ever with Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker? And
Wait, hold on. What the PM say? Don't bring me into it. Just, yeah. Let's watch the game.
What, I'm making it political?
Let's watch it. You're making it political. Let's just watch the game. We're going to be right back. You're listening to Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with Naughty, Mary Jane. Quick break. We'll be right back.
And the outside go reach, and I know the youth them see them say go on, burn the fire, call and J go and teach. And the outside go reach, and I know the youth them see it, say we can't free for them, so we must.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for cows, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
If you come from the island, you know nothing is more important than family. I am Brian Brown, and the people of Golden Isles are my family. I'm proud to serve my neighbors and friends. I'm asking for your vote to be your next MP. I believe in showing up all the time, not just election time. So on November 24th, vote F&M, because this time around, we are going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
Feeding the crew? Fueling the cravings? There's something for everyone with the new KFC fill-up box. Serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crisp, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets. All packed into one crave-worthy box. Not a crumb's gonna survive when the KFC box hits the table. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC fill-up box. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, the more than coffee till women and the more we live longer.
We're back at you on the Wednesday, November 5th edition of Talking Heads. Yeah, man, the fireman, Capleton. Yes, man. I haven't played Capleton in a while. I think I could start saying, listen, let me go on record and say, I want to do this today. I'm going to do it over the weekend. Listen, shout out to my good brethren, Marlon Bodie. Marlon has always made sure to wish me happy birthday on Facebook. I missed his birthday by some reason this year. And Marlon, you know you're my good brethren, my Mason Edition family. Pick up yourself, brother, all right? All the time, man. This and many, many more happy belated birthday is all good. Link me off here. I can give you a tree pick for a winner chicken dinner, and that could be a birthday present from me to you. But I appreciate you, brother, as always, your support over the years. And big respect, Marlon, buddy, all right? Enjoy your birthday to the fullest, bro.
Happy belated.
Yeah, man. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, MJ, a call back because you're all talking about them cruise ship and all the agreements, keys and
the private destination
with Royal Caribbean over on Paradise Island, where they expropriate the property from Toby Smith, and need to link him up and see what's the situation with his case. You see,
I talk to Toby often, man, not to get the inside scoop.
One other thing, right? Like Michael Jackson sing. All I want to say is they don't really care about us. Okay.
Thank you so much, caller.
I was thinking more, you've been hit by, you've been touched by, you've been swung by a smooth criminal. And then you can break up Brad playing the maracas and that little meme right there by the song playing.
Mix in the little, Annie, are you okay? And all of that. And we get to go, yep.
Naughty, weren't Bahamians at least supposed to have an opportunity to invest in RCL's Paradise Beach Club? What happened to that?
They're working on that. They're working on that. And then that is an important point. I think, when we have shares, and we can get shares in these things, it makes a difference. It's then, you're working hard for us, and the Bahamian people are actually benefiting from, from the land.
Okay. Cool.
That one looks very long.
Jesus Lord. Okay. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. I will explain this weekend on a video like the coldest. Pintard spoke of it on the 15th in the House of Assembly, causing the PLP to send the data protection into committee. Did you hear any media speak of this multi-trillion-dollar economic policy? The parliamentary meeting with the data commissioner present on Grand Bahama today all but admitted and exposed they are not ready for biometrics. Now go to banking. It does not exist, and the wife and I are so sure we are wrong. A letter today offering to pay the Red Lobster people an investment credits on our new financing platform to be live before the end of the year. All right. Now go into banking. It does not exist. And the wife and I are so sure we are wrong. A letter today offering to pay the Red Lobster people in investment credit.
I think I saw the story about what happened at Red Lobster.
But I suggest, Dexter, if you're going to attempt to do your version of the coldest, leave that to the professionals. Don't call it the coldest. Call it whatever you want. Just don't call it the
So
coldest.
don't call it Blue Magic.
But be sure to look out for more coldest videos. And I appreciate everybody who's sharing the videos and hitting me up and encouraging me to do the videos. And yeah, man. And for those of you who don't like the videos, I can still keep doing the videos because all of them is actual, factual, and the truth. I just hit you with the facts.
So have to get this part. So we have one more caller on the line. You want to grab this call quickly?
Go ahead. Let's get it. Talking Heads.
Talking Heads.
All right.
I think we lost that one.
Anyway, let's start. Hit the picks right now.
Yep.
Because time is flying. And we look at the NBA tonight. Boy, a lot of games in the NBA tonight.
Only one you're thinking about.
VJ
but go
and
ahead.
the crew yesterday, they lost a tight one, man. They were up by 20 and ended up losing.
Oh, I thought they won that one, so they lost?
No, the Bulls ran them down.
Oh, wow. Because I think when I fell asleep.
The Bulls ran them down, but nonetheless, VJ
Yikes.
had a double-double. He had 12 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, couple of steals. Definitely playing his way, into the hearts of Philadelphia. They loving him over there.
Dang, that was close.
They're taking the Cavaliers tonight, and they're 11.5-point favorites. I'm looking at the 76ers, and let me see who's out on the injured list tonight. Barlow, Embiid, Paul George, and Jared McCain. All right, well, that's nothing. I'm going to take the 76ers plus the 11.5 points. That's a better, well-improved 76er team. Cavaliers may win, but I like the 76ers plus 11.5. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, they lost by 2 last night, and that means the Bulls had to rally, but what a rally it was.
It was. Pistons 5-2 taking on the Jazz 3-4. I like the Pistons at home. 9.5 is a big cover. Give me the Pistons at home in the money line because they really haven't proven anything to me as far as covering, spreads so far this year. Now, let's have a gander at the Nets and the Pacers. This is a no-brainer. 0-7 versus 1-6. The Pacers, though injury-riddled, they're still a better team than the Nets, and they're at home. Give me the Pacers in the money line. Wizards on the road against the Celtics. Wizards getting 12.5 points. The Wizards are very good against the spread. The Celtics seem to have caught themselves a little bit. They're playing in Boston. I'll play it safe tonight and give me the Celtics in the money line. Timberwolves on the road taking on the New York Knicks. Knicks 3.5-point favorites because they're at home. Give me the Timberwolves plus the 3.5 points. I think they steal one from the Knicks tonight. Rockets and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are snake bit. There's issues in the locker room. They don't like the new coach. John Moran is on the trading block. They're a little bit in disarray. Houston are 8.5-point favorites. I'm going to say, take the Rockets and the 8.5. I think they cover it even though they're playing in Memphis. I think the Rockets win this one running away. Pelicans 1-6 taking on the Mavericks 2-5. Coin flip on this one because both these teams suck right now. And I'll take the Pelicans plus the 8.5. Because I think it's going to be a tight game. They may lose, but I think they're going to cover the 8.5 points. Miami Heat on the road taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Heat looking to lose 2 straight. Sorry there, Muffro. They lost to the Lakers. Now they can turn around and lose to the Nuggets on this West Coast trip.
Oh, boy.
And that brings us to the Thunder and the Trailblazers. I like the Thunder minus the 3.5 points on the road against the Trailblazers. Warriors against the Kings. Sacramento 3.5-point favorites because they're home. Give me the Warriors plus the 3.5. I think they're the better team right now, and they win that game. And that brings us back to the Spurs and the Lakers.
Wemby.
Lakers 1.5-point favorite. Everybody healthy. Austin Reeves out for the Lakers. But I can't say that's a problem because we've won without him in the lineup already before.
Is Luka?
Luka's in.
He should be interested in watching Luka and Wemby go at it.
And LaRavia is going to play. We got Dalton Connect going to play. So we got 3 of the 4 white boy musketeers for the Lakers going to play.
Musketeers.
We got DeAndre, sometimes I'm a Bahamian, Ayton.
He disappointed me so much. But so when they did the first game of the season, right, and they announced the players and talked about like where they were from, I think y'all played against Golden State, right? Because I remember thinking to myself,
correct,
if Buddy was in the starting lineup, we would have heard from the Bahamas, right?
Grand Bahama, Freeport.
Exactly. So DeAndre Ayton was a starter for the Lakers, and he listed they called him under Santa Clara. Is that somewhere out in L.A.?
Must be Santa Clara,
California.
California.
I'm trying to figure like why they say Santa Clara if everybody's kind of naming their city or their country for the foreign players.
Well, he must have thought they was meaning where he lived at the time. And not be, he was born and from.
So the only one that thought that? Like, really?
Yeah. But I think it should be a good matchup
Anyway.
tonight, though. I look for Wembayana and Castle and Hassel to do their thing. And
And I
Vassell to do
love
their
my
thing.
Bahamian players, so good luck to DeAndre and good luck to, your Lakers. But I'm telling you, we taking this W
But
tonight.
I telling you now.
Wemby.
Let's
do it.
And to my sister-in-law, G, after the Lakers beat you, I still love you. I still want my sauce. I still want all of that. You still all right with me,
All that hard mouth, and you still talking about you want South after that?
So y'all know y'all gonna lose. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Once we've established that, now we've got those parameters covered.
Sure.
See, it's 40 and slip.
Exactly.
You already know what time it is.
Exactly.
Thank God, Pearlie's on tomorrow, and we're back on Friday.
Yeah.
That'll give me at least 24 hours to get my story and stick to it if the Lakers lose. Now, if they win, I might just happen to be in with Pearlie tomorrow and talk a little smack.
We'll see. Someone could eat humble pie on Friday.
Well, I'm taking one for the team tonight. I know the Lakers could win, and I already said
see.
It's because I love you.
Sure.
We'll see. I hate the Spurs, though. Let's grab this one caller real quick. Can we do this caller real quick before we get out of here? 30 seconds, caller. What you got?
Hello?
Hello.
Good day. Yeah, my boy, and my brethren, and the sweet lady in the background, too. Yeah, I was just calling to correct you. DeAndre Aiden, he has two first names. He is not a Bahamian anyway, and we don't want him to credit us with whatever his citizenship is.
I thought, isn't he behaving?
So they say. I appreciate you, caller. Last time I heard, they discovered him in the Jeff Rogers camp, and he was Bahamian or partial Bahamian. But hey,
you ain't call our name, and we don't know
I
your
would
boy.
shoot. I
Oh
would
my
shoot.
gosh, be the coldest. Thank you so much.
and also known as Talking Heads. And we'll
Yeah.
see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads. For MJ, for Pearlie, for Mr. Producer, and everybody chimed in. Awesome show as always. And we'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Them want come back. Them don't love forgive, them only love forget. Them never forgive and I will not forget. Me El King Selassie, I as PIS. When them see the prophet, watch the whole of them vex.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's, well worth the trip.
How often should you change your oil in your car? Every 3,000 miles or 3 months? Definitely by the time the light come on. Water. Let Muffler World change your oil and oil filters to help you keep your ride on the road. Regular oil changes will save your car's engine. Stop by Muffler World on Mackey Street or Robinson Road to have your car's oil changed in no time flat. Muffler World on Mackey Street is open on Saturdays 8 to noon.